Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. If you're new here, welcome. We love you. Hope you're here to stay. I wanted to start a budgeting series on my page, but before we start digging into budgeting, there's a couple of housekeeping tips, housekeeping things that I wanted to take care of before I dive all the way into that, because I know that's going to be a lot and overwhelming for me. I grew up in a house where we did not talk about money. We did not discuss savings or loans or interest or anything. Because of that, I've had a lot of trial and mostly error in my life. I'm learning as I go through life how to manage my money better and to be a better steward over my finances in general, how loans work and credit and everything. And I'm 42 years old and I am still learning, and I feel like I am financially illiterate is what I like to call myself. I don't know if I technically am financially illiterate, but pretty much there. I don't know a lot and I'm learning as I go. I decided 2024, we're going to start taking care of our finances better. We've got to do better for ourselves. I am in $100,000 in debt. I've shared a video on this on my page right here. You guys can go watch that. I would like to retire in about 8 years at 50. I don't know if that's going to happen. No. We're going to manifest it. We're going to pray about it. We're going to make it happen. We're going to work our butt off until we get there. Retirement is happening at 50. I'm signing off for the last day on my 49th. Last day of being 49. When I wake up 50, I'm not going back to work again, okay? We're proclaiming it over our life. And we're not going to proclaim any negativity over here. A couple of things that I wanted to take care of before I start budgeting are credit cards and savings. So we're going to talk about both, and we're going to make this video kind of short, hopefully. I am a talker. Don't get me started. I won't shut up. I have 2 credit cards and I have 1 student loans, and that's entirety of my debt right now. Luckily, my student loans are in deferment right now because I have applied to get my University of Phoenix loans forgiven. Say a prayer for me. If they don't get forgiven, they've almost hit their 20 years in a few years, so it won't be that much longer, hopefully, and they'll be forgiven anyway. Those are in deferment, so we're not worrying about those. I can't afford to pay for them anyway right now. We need to worry about our debt that we have to pay for every month right now. I have 2 credit cards. I have a Truist credit card. It has an interest rate of 10.4% and a balance of about $7,000. It's like $6,000 something. And then I have another credit card. I have a Discover credit card. It has an interest rate of 23.24%. And that has about a $6,500 balance somewhere in there. I thought to myself, we need to refinance this Discover card. Something needs to happen, but I have so much anxiety about doing things that I've never done before. And I get caught up and I try to distract myself from doing that. So I should have done this months ago, but I've been distracting myself because I don't want to deal with it. I just want to bury my head in the sand and forget it even exists, even though I make my payments on time. But I think it's just coming from a house where we didn't talk about money, we didn't talk about savings or loans or anything, that I've never gotten to the point where I feel confident and comfortable with money. And I'm trying to do better. I'm in my 40s and it's time. I looked around. I went on Discover's website. They have a personal loan option. I think they ran my credit. I applied to try to do it, and they were going to give me 14%. I think it was 14.99%. I was absolutely not. There's got to be a better rate out there. So I went over to AI. You guys know I love Bing. I went over to Bing AI and basically told it my Discover card. I have interest rate at 23.24%. I have a balance of about $6,000. I want to roll that over to a 0% credit card. Can you list me the top 2024 0% credit cards? And it gave me a list of about 4 or 5. I can't remember all of them. If I took a screenshot, I will put it in this video, but that was a few weeks ago and they might have different offers out there now. But I know that I saw US Bank, I saw Wells Fargo, and Wells Fargo is unscrupulous, and I will never work there and I work in the banking industry, and I will never do business with them if I can help it. So I was like, absolutely not, out of the question. I looked at the US Bank one. They had a decent opportunity over there. I can't remember how many months it was 0%. And then they had like a 5% transfer fee. And then I looked at Citi, which was one of the last options. They have 2 credit cards. They have a black or platinum, one of those. I don't know what it is. And then they had, I think, 21 months and a 5% interest or 5% transfer fee. And then they had a Citi Simplicity card, which is the one that I went with. 21 months, 0% interest, and a 3% transfer fee if you transferred your loans within the first like 3 months of opening up the card. So during like my application after I got approved, which I applied last week and got approved, yay me. Once I got approved and you set up your account, there's a way for you to just like do the balance transfer as you're setting up your account. So I did that. That was so easy. I was fretting and putting that off for months for no reason, because that was literally the easiest thing. I'm waiting for my Discover card to be paid off. Hopefully that will happen soon. You know, things take time when they're setting up your account and all that. I'm looking and it keeps saying that the balance is pending, but I paid about $188 plus my balance from Discover to transfer it over. I have 21 months. So basically, if I wanted to make a payment each month, that will get me to 0 in the next 21 months. I think the payment has to be roughly around $350 a month, somewhere around there. I plan on trying to make like over and above that so we can get that over with. For now, I'm gonna let my Truist card stay on the 10% because I am a little nervous about moving both of the balances over, and then I'm out of the 10% rate with Truist, and then what if I can't pay off all of that, like almost $14,000 in credit card debt before the 21 months? And then I'm back to 29.99%. That's how much Citi is charging after the 21 months. So for now, it might not be the smartest decision, but I'm hoping to pay off the balance transfer of my Discover quickly, and then maybe get another, like apply for another card that has 0% and then move my Truist over to that and then try to knock that out. I may end up just moving it over a little bit sooner. I'm scared. I don't want to be in the situation I am right now with the Discover and the 23%. That's outrageous. And the other housekeeping like task that I want to do before I start budgeting is I got a tax return of about $4,000. I lost a business last year. I was not smart. Never been a business owner either, and I thought I played my hand at it when I sold my house the year before and got a little extra money. I thought I'd pour it into making a vending machine business happen for me, but I just couldn't make it pop off. Like, the traffic at the malls is not what it used to be pre-pandemic times. So I ended up selling both of my vending machines that I acquired and cutting my losses. I basically take a loss with that business after all the expenses and inventory and stuff like that that I put into it. Because I took a loss on my taxes, I got some money back. And we're gonna roll that into my first ever high yield savings account. I've been seeing people talk about these for years on TikTok and YouTube, and I've been wanting one, and I've never had money to put in one. But now I have extra money in my paychecks, a little bit here and there, and I had this money that I didn't really need to use for anything. I mean, could I use it? Yes, I could use a new wardrobe and more cute things from my apartment and stuff like that, but like, I'll live with the clothes that I have and the cute-ish apartment that I have. So we're rolling that into a high yield savings account. I basically did the same thing to choose which account I wanted to go with. I went over to Being AI and I asked it some questions. List me the top 2024 high yield savings accounts. I want to make sure that all of these accounts are FDIC insured. I want to make sure that none of these financial institutions have been like dinged by the FDIC or have any lawsuits against them ever. A bunch of questions, you know, like that. I wanted to make sure that I was picking a solid place to put my money at, because I'm putting my hard-earned money. I worked hard to get that money. I lost my business last year, which was humiliating, defeating, and annoying. I think about it often because I lost so much money doing that, and I could have used that to do other things instead of lose a business. But you live life and you learn and you grow from that. And we're using that as a growth opportunity instead of looking at it negatively. I ended up choosing Bask Bank, B-A-S-K Bank. They are a division of Texas Capital Bank. They're FDIC insured. High yield savings account rate on that is 5.10% annually. I'm really excited about that. I felt like that was the highest I could find at the most like safe, secure institution that I can find. It's online. I do everything online. I could transfer everything over from my regular bank to there with a small like transfer fee. So I did that once I got my tax return in. We are set. The next video, we're going to start breaking down my finances, opening up my bank account, which I never do because I'm scared, and talking about my credit score and whatever else that we're going to add to the budgeting series. It's so good to open up. I feel like I can't be the only one that's going through this. It's been a tough road and I have learned a lot, and if I could make these silly little YouTube videos in hopes that it will help someone else that's going through a similar situation or has been, and it will just help them to not feel alone. That's for the longest time I never wanted to talk about my money or like my financial situation, because I didn't grow up in a house that we did that, and so I thought no one did that, and I was just really embarrassed that I was in so much debt. I've just gotten to a point where I don't care. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not going to go out and shout it to every single person, you know, but I don't mind talking about it, because I realized during the pandemic when I hopped online and everyone else was online sharing their stories and their business and all that, then I realized that I wasn't alone, and it helped me so much. I was so depressed and I was just so unhappy because I felt like I was carrying this burden and I was so alone because no one else was going through this. Little did I know, like, a lot of people are going through the same things. My experience on this earth is not super unique, you know? I think we're all kind of carbon copies of each other to some degree, you know? I'm just glad that I have this platform in order to share my story in hopes that it will help someone else. But I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!